Hello, I'm Brandy Agerbeck of LooseTooth.com, and I help you reclaim drawing as your best thinking tool so you can see and shape your life and your work in new ways. And I am here in the studio. It is Tuesday. It's Studio Tuesday. And I am so excited. I've got a huge announcement today. And if you're wondering what that beautiful thing is, you will soon find out. But first, a little bit of context. This is the Idea Shapers, the power of putting your thinking into your own hands. And this book I launched in late 2016. The seeds of it began in my 2013 TEDx talk called Shape Your Thinking. And what this book was trying to do was take 40 plus years of personal experience drawing, to think through my ideas, to make meaning of the world around me, and over 20 years experience as a graphic facilitator, mapping out people's conversations. So really what I was trying to do was take this whole universe of ideas and break it down into very, very learnable pieces. And in this book, you'll see there's a 5-step process based on your hand. And again, you'll see this in the TEDx talk. This 5-step process that holds 24 specific idea shapers. So if you look closely, if we don't have too much glare, you'll see these little symbols. Each one of those is a specific idea shaper, a specific visual thinking concept. Super happy with this book. Still stand by it as the best $30 you could spend to learn visual thinking. And since it's been out, there's basically been 2 major responses to the book. One are the folks who are like, yes, thank you. This is awesome. This is my reference. This is my buddy. This is my go-to guide. And fantastic. Awesome, right? Love it. The other type of folks were folks who said, I can tell there's a lot in here. I'm sure it's good. I don't know what to do with it. Like, what do I do with this? And great feedback, right? It's just like, clearly there's something that doesn't feel doable, that doesn't feel learnable. And some folks were like, I need guidance. Where do I go from here? And as I thought about that, great. The people who can dive in, those are the folks who will probably already have some experience. And this is, this really great reference that ties to experience they already have. But what do you do if you're at square one? If you're here and you're like, okay, I want to be the person who completely believes in this stuff, and has, these visual thinking skills that you can just use anytime you need to. But that's not where I'm at. I'm over here. So, two big things that came out of that. One was about the modality, and that's simply the fact that, like, a book is a known quantity. We understand what books are. They're beautiful objects, hopefully very, very useful objects, and it's really hard to take this tangible, physical, 3-dimensional stuff, this experiential stuff we do, and flatten it out into pages, and then line up, in this case, the 423 pages into books. So just the limitations of the book format, right? To represent this kind of, 3-dimensional, live physical stuff. Second big thing was that idea of the path. How does somebody start at square one and move through this information? And I completely admit, huge blind spot. One, I'm already farther down the road. Like, this is what I eat, sleep, and breathe, and I love. And so it's hard to put myself in that kind of beginner's mind at the very beginning. 2, I'm not that kind of learner. Like, I am completely dive into the deep end of the pool. I might thrash around a bit, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm not an instructions reader. I'm not a step-by-step person. That's just not my style. And recognizing that if I only built things for people like me, only people like me would do this stuff. And clearly there's so much to learn and do with visual thinking that, get over yourself, Brandy Agerbeck. Come on. So then the big challenge was thinking about, not just shifting the modality from a book, but also shifting from that kind of everything at once. You know, I definitely see this as kind of like, here's everything at once, to what is that sequence? So I definitely think of this as the first cornerstone in my body of work about visual thinking. And again, stand by it 110%. But this is the next cornerstone. And this is the Agerbeck Method, your 90-day visual thinking transformation. Now this, actual object is a physical representation of this brand new, beautiful, gorgeous online course. 90-day video-based online course on demand. And what I do through the Agerbeck Method is I walk you through, you start here, this is square one. I walk you through each of these 9 modules. So each one of these circles on this thing made out of foam core, with lots of fun with hot glue and X-Acto knives, each one of these circles represents one module, one sort of like larger container of visual thinking concepts. And within each module is 10 days. Within each module, 3 topics. For each topic, 3 lessons. So 1, 2, 3, day was 1, 2, 3, topic 1. 4, 5, 6, topic 2. 7, 8, 9, topic 3. And the 10th day is wrapping up an integration. But this goes from all at once to day by day. 15-minute lessons every single day. Breaking it down. And when I got, again, once I got over this blind spot and thought about this idea of sequence and path, there was this amazing sense of flow. It's like, oh, wait a second. If I get out of my own head and think in this way, what is the sequence? What is the logical progression? And how do I really help you move through these ideas? Within these 9 modules are these idea shapers. They really absolutely integrate with each other. So it's not like I just rename these and turn them into something else. It's just it's a different structure, it's a different shape, but getting to experience through video, being able to demonstrate, and through this idea of sequence, through the format of sequence, really helping you build your visual thinking practice. Now, I do think of these as each one of these daily lessons is one brick, but it's so strong because these 90 days, brick number 1, brick number 2, brick number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're building this rock solid foundation for your visual thinking practice. So that is what this is this 90-day course that really walks you through your own visual thinking transformation. And I'm so freaking excited about this. It was hard to keep it in. It was hard to keep it under wraps. And what I'm doing right now is a pre-launch. It's a pre-order launching June 1st. But what I'd love is your support to sign up, show your faith, jump onto this train, to join me with the Agerbeck Method now to help me fund the time it takes to be here in the studio. It's going to take 90 lessons. I've got about 10 of them done, and they're all outlined. And again, the flow was there. It was like, oh, this is totally the way to go. This is totally the way to walk somebody from this square one to this expertise in visual thinking. And I'm so happy to lend my experience to really distill down into this elegant sequence. It will still take time. It will still take time for sure, because it is building this practice for yourself. But I've taken all that I know from my experience and shaped it into the Agerbeck Method. So I hope you will join me. I would love to have you in the course. Tons of detail, tons of context, lots more about the 5 different types of visual thinkers, lots more about the individual modules at theagerbeckmethod.com. So hop on over, and I'd love to see you in the course. And that is a very excited Studio Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching.